Hi, Chad here with Purple Collar Life. Thanks for watching. In today's video, we've got about 80 feet of sidewalk here that's ready for a good pressure washing, especially this area between the garage and the house. It gets this kind of black color to it. So 80 feet of sidewalk. I've got the pressure washer out and ready. It's the Ryobi 3300 PSI. You've seen it in a previous video. But what I want to find out today, because a lot of people ask the question, is how much water does a pressure washer use? So you can see I snapped a picture of our Culligan here, and I know exactly how much water we're starting at. We'll go ahead and scrub this sidewalk and the little patio platform outside the basement door, and we'll see how much water that uses through the pressure washer. Let's go ahead and get started. So along here you can see that black stuff that accumulates on the concrete over time. And we found that the Ryobi surface cleaner does a nice job of cleaning that off. So Jennifer came out to run the pressure washer. You can see we just made a little sample line here using the wand set at 25 degree, and it does clear off the surface pretty good, but you can see it leaves those little dots of mold or mildew or whatever all that is. This area of the house does not get a lot of sun out back, so this cement platform sits, damp more of the day than something that would be in the sunshine. So now we're going to compare. We've made that little line using the wand. We'll switch over to the surface cleaner and see how much easier it is to do that. And again, I'm tracking water usage here. We started with about 65 gallons used for the day. We're going to find out in the end how much water we've used doing 80 feet of sidewalk and this platform. So you can see the surface cleaner does a nice 15-inch round path, which is great. You saw on the patio, it did a nice job. You just have to be really careful. Jennifer could have gone clear over to the edge, but the risk is underneath that Surface Pro is the nozzle spinning, And if the nozzle would catch the edge of this, it would destroy that nozzle on the surface cleaner, and then you wouldn't be able to use it anymore. You'd have to buy another one. So we get as close to the edge as we can without extending beyond the edge of the step, and then we'll have to do the rest with the wand. And obviously the wand does not work as good as the surface cleaner.
I think it can work as good. It would just take a lot longer.
Yeah. You're cleaning a very wide swath, and it really takes, I mean, it takes everything off way better than the wand does.
Did you already say that we've had the sidewalk in for more than 10 years? This is the first time we cleaned it?
No.
So this is 10 years worth, at least. I know it's been longer than 10 years.
Okay, so now we're right in the middle of the sidewalk between the house and the garage. This is the area where it doesn't get nearly the sunlight, and you can see all that black accumulates. Notice how Jennifer's starting on the upper edge of the sidewalk, lets the water run down across. Huge improvement here on the back patio. See, there's still a couple spots of that mold. It'll come off when we hit it again with 20 degree, or we could run over it again with the surface cleaner. But the steps look great. So that was a perfect Purple Collar Life Sunday night activity, taking care of the sidewalk. That was 10 years of grime, 80 feet of sidewalk, and I looked at the Culligan. We used 84 gallons of water doing that 80 feet of sidewalk, plus the little patio piece outside the basement door. That's quite a bit of water.
It's a ton of water. Now, I don't know if you had city water where you had to pay for your water economically, but since we have well water.
Yeah. And our water all does go through the Culligan system. I know a lot of people leave their outside water spigots not going through their water softener or their water filter system. We've always had to go through the system because when you're washing cars or doing anything outside, it always makes sense to have the cleanest water possible. We do have well water here, and as is typical in rural Northwest Pennsylvania areas, that well water is heavy with iron. So you get a lot of the red rust in the water when it sits over time. It's better to have the entire system go through the Culligan system so that anything we're using water for has the cleaned water. So a couple things about the pressure washer. Like I said, tips for use. You want to make sure you don't get too close to the edges. This is pretty much the only thing we use the pressure washer for. When we bought the pressure washer, I thought we'd use it a lot more, but I've stored it in the basement so that it doesn't freeze up in the wintertime. I didn't want to have to, you know, there's fogging kits and winterization you can do to a pressure washer. I didn't want to have to do that, so I've stored it in the basement, but I have not used it as much as I thought we would. But for projects like this, there's nothing better for cleaning the sidewalk that I've seen than the
Well, I was thinking
cleaner.
we bought this because we bought that other property that we were working on, and the deck needed done. And we did the sidewalk at your parents' house, and the sidewalk at my parents' house, and the front part of our house, and the side.
Right.
So I don't remember how much we paid for this, but I feel like those projects that needed done, they really needed done badly.
Yeah.
And definitely this thing, I know this was under $100, but we were on the fence about whether or not we should spend the extra for this. I absolutely think if you're already spending the money for this, that this is definitely a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Makes it go so much faster. It's really efficient.
So our video number 1 and video number 2 on the channel, before we had any Toro TIMECUTTER or any equipment, the first things we did, do you remember?
I was thinking your very first video was about one of your tractors.
The very first video and the second video, we bought truckloads of mulch, and you put all the fabric and the mulch down here out front, and that was one of the things as we were going along the side of the sidewalk here. So that's been 2 years. It was May of 2020. You put all that fabric and mulch down.
Yeah.
And thinking about how it's not really done what we hoped it would do. The fabric didn't keep the weeds from growing up through.
Oh, now we're talking about that.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, because it's along the sides of the sidewalk, if you catch, you know, a lot of times what would happen is when you're cleaning the side of the sidewalk, it was kicking up that mulch and spraying it all over the side of the garage or the house.
Yeah, I would say that fabric was a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that first summer I pulled weeds constantly. The second summer hurt my back. This summer didn't get to do any of my landscaping stuff. So I found that embarrassing in this video. I didn't want them to show how my landscaping doesn't look nice.
I'll try to crop it nicely. But I was just thinking as we were doing that, those were our first and second videos, those truckloads of mulch and all the fabric that you crawled underneath the porch and unrolled and tucked underneath. Just a Sunday night activity. I've got the Ranger full of firewood to unload, so that's what I'll be doing for the rest of the night. We've got new parts in the grill, so we're going to be making some hot sausage on the grill tonight. Typical fall, purple color lay fashion. All right, thanks for watching. If this video entertained or informed you in any way, please give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it, and we'll see you again the next time.